This week on Ken's Tech Lab, we're going to be going over the Creality K1. Also, our guest Jesse is back on the show with us. Stay tuned. Welcome back. So today, like I said, we're going to be going over the Creality K1. I'm really happy to have this in the show today. And it's because of our guest today, Jesse.
Hey, Ken.
How you doing?
Good. How's it going?
Good. Welcome back to the show.
Thank you for having me.
And you bought a printer, another one.
Well, you see, I got the Bamboo P1P.
Yes. Which we unboxed on the show.
We unboxed, and you so kindly gifted that to me.
Yes.
And I love it. I absolutely love it. It has become the primary printer. In fact, we have decommissioned one of the old printers that took its place.
Not the one that I printed all the parts for.
That one.
Okay.
Yeah, the one you printed all the parts for. In fact, I don't think I ever got to use it with the new printed parts. But regardless, I love the Bamboo.
Right.
But this caught my eye as the competitor to the Bamboo. And I wanted to keep with the new type of technology. I wanted to get another printer that was... And I was going to buy another Bamboo.
Okay.
But this had a lot of features with it that I wanted to compare against the Bamboo.
Okay.
And it's a little bit more traditional in the way that it functions from what I understood for communicating with it. So, because with the Bamboo, I've had some issues every now and then with some of their cloud services going down. And so I wanted a type of local connection. And so that's what this seemed to have offered. And so we're going to see just how well this can actually compare to it.
With the Bamboo.
Absolutely.
And, you know, I've been researching this printer too. To tell you, this is the first Creality that we've had on this show.
Is it?
It is.
Okay.
First Creality. I've actually reached out to them and said, hey, would you like to sponsor a show? But they've never heard back from them.
Hey, maybe they'll get you a K1.
Maybe they'll give me a K1. Or the other one that's coming out.
The K1 Max.
The K1 Max.
I did have my eye on that. I just couldn't wait for it.
You couldn't wait for it?
I couldn't wait for
it. It's a bug, everybody. We all have a bug. And Ken's Tech Lab is full of printers, full of filament, and we have the bug. So I can see where you're coming from with this. The K1, I mean, it's fully enclosed.
So that was one of the features. Fully enclosed right off the bat for the same price point.
ABS.
It can print ABS.
And
I can print the carbon fiber. I can, I don't have to worry about assembling the whole side, assembling everything. My only concern with this, and it's not really a concern, is that it didn't have the camera. I think that's really the only downfall we're going to see, but we're going to find out.
So I guess I would probably ask you, because when you got the Bamboo, it came with the accessory kit.
Correct.
And it had the camera, it had the blower fan, which this one actually has, that comes with it.
Built in.
Built into it, already on it. So that's a plus right there. Yours also came, what else did it come with? There was one of the...
it was the fan and the light. So this has a light, a fan built into it. And from what, and I couldn't tell from the website, it was a little confusing, Creality, if the camera's going to be available for this. And I think it is. After they launch the Max, they're going to release the accessory upgrade, which is going to have LiDAR and camera for this.
So the difference with the Max is going to give you the missing camera.
Yep.
It's on here.
Yep.
And it's going to give you the LiDAR.
Yep.
and a little bit bigger volume to print on.
Correct.
And that's about it.
I believe so. This is a 220 by 220 by 250. Okay. The bamboo is a 254 cubed.
Yes.
So it's about the same height, just a little bit smaller footprint.
Okay.
That is a little concerning because, interestingly enough, I do push the P1P to its limits in that 254 pretty regularly. So we'll see how we do with this. I might not be able to fit as much on a plate for this one. But this is also enclosed, so I can do some of the more temperature controlled things like printing the ABS, the carbon fiber, some of the things that I might have fear of, because I haven't fully enclosed the P1P yet. I did get the case built for it, the ARC case, which is the really popular, fancy looking one.
Right.
But I didn't get all the glass pieces.
You didn't cut out the acrylic for it or anything else like that.
No, so it's very expensive. So that's kind of really why this appealed to me, is I feel... And we had to assemble the P1P. If you remember, this is going to be more out of the box.
They kind of give you a complete printer, right? Not say not say like, okay, you're going to fulfill these things if you want it to be anywhere close to the X1 carbon.
I feel that we're going to have an experience with this that I had with my Keedy X Max, which was I pulled it out of the box, set it on the ground table, turned it on, let it do its thing, and I printed.
You know,
I didn't do anything else to
your Keedy had the same kind of uplift on glass on the top as this does.
It does.
Yeah.
Now, the one thing I did notice about this is we don't have an AMS module for this, like we do with the bamboo.
And they haven't advertised one either.
Not that I've seen. So, if I wanted to do the apples to apples, getting the multicolor for one of these things, I think I'm gonna have to go buy like a Palette Pro or something like that in order to.
Now, if you do a Palette Pro, we're gonna have to box it on the show.
I know.
Okay.
And my wife is really pushing to get one of those Palette Pros too. So.
Well, I guess without further ado, we're going to actually take this and do the unboxing, and I think that it'll be easier to take this to the floor.
Yes.
And break everything up. Onto the table, so we're not like, we don't have enough room to actually have the box plus the stuff out of the box.
Yep.
So we'll be right back.
All right, let's go ahead and pull this out here.
Now I want to say that the packaging looks really, really good.
So lid.
Lid.
Yep, got a lid there.
So this is packaged with the instructions from Creality.
Okay, and here we go.
Does it give you the same heavy, yeah? All
Pretty
together.
decent. Pretty decent. And nothing else in the box. That's all we get.
That's all we get.
Just the printer and the lid. That's pretty simple. I'll take that. Do it. Oop. So the front's over here.
So I thought I saw people having to put the front glass on, but it's not.
No, but it does look like you have to assemble a little bit of it. They didn't ship it with the unit attached. Okay, instruction manual. Let's see how we're supposed to.
Are we really going to look at that?
I normally am not a fan of listening to the quick start stuff, but when it comes to things like this, I usually tend to listen. Okay, this is not a quick installation guide.
There's your after sales.
Okay, it's just in a bunch of different languages.
We have stickers.
We have stickers. Wow, look at those. Fast printing evangelist. Creality Cloud built-in slicer.
Qualified certificate in Chinese.
All right. Okay, so, you know what's funny here? I just want to point out that this has instructions on how to pull it out of the box, but it includes the instructions that we would have had to have taken to get to this product. Anyway, so we have to take out the power cord, move the chain to one side, and take the gray foam out. So,
there's the power
cord and a little container, I guess. Pull the chain backwards. Ooh, that's very tight. Very, very tight. Okay. Nothing in there. This, I guarantee, is our front panel.
I bet you the tools might be in here too.
And I think this is just a little bit more packaging. This looks almost like the Bamboo on the inside with the same setup with the same 3 screws.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's funny. Okay.
Wait a minute, I need to look at something here. Yeah, it's identical.
Almost. Now, the one thing about this, and obviously they were not planning to include any type of color change system, I noticed right away, there's no outlet here. No outlet for a color change system.
No?
So I don't know if they're actually intending on building one.
But why would you need it here when you have this right here that could be put attached? Where all your color would go in here and you would just sit somewhere else.
That's true. And that might be what some of that's for. There's definitely, oh, that's a surround sensor, definitely. Some type of sensor. Okay. Let's see here. Take the touchscreen out of the toolbox.
Touchscreen.
That's our touchscreen. And connect the touchscreen with the flat cable. Alright, first off, I'm going to remove some of these pieces of tape. Is it scratched?
I think it's just dirt.
Maybe. Oh, it's got a... I'm going to leave those on until I get home. It's
Yes.
just covering the glass. Oh no! I am pulling off the front cover. Oh well. We all like to see a nice shiny case.
Alright, let's turn this around so we can see it. In the front.
Okay. Alright. Definitely smaller. Definitely smaller.
You know what I do like about this? They're not screaming Creality all over it.
It's just one little logo right here and it kind of almost blends in.
They're not like saying, you know.
Okay, so pretty simple. Little touch screen. Little connector cable here. That was easy. And we just slide in and clip in place. And there we are.
Okay. So we do have more foam in this.
Now I took the foam out of the interior already.
We have this one.
Yes, that's the next thing we gotta get out. Does that one tell us how? Oh, okay. No, I just meant to go ahead.
You probably need to lower.
No, it had.
Forward.
Tells you to push it forward.
There we go.
Okay. Let's see. Put the cable on. We should have the spool holder in there somewhere.
I do.
And so that spool holder, they want you to fasten right on the back here.
There's also feet.
Interesting. Okay, I like this. The spool holder on the Bamboo, you have to bolt it in place.
On the back.
On the back.
With 2 screws.
Which, if you need to move it quickly, do something with it. It is kind of annoying you have to unbolt it, and I've had to do it a few times myself. That's actually kind of nice.
It is okay, but putting it on the back when you want to put this against the wall.
Why do so many printer companies want to put the spool on the back?
That, and then they do USB on the back too.
I do not understand that. All printer companies, please listen when all of us are telling you this. The spool on the back does nothing for us. Put it on the side, the top, give us an attachment, something.
Anywhere else but taking up the real estate off the back of the printer.
Yes. All right. So those feet, whatever those are,
Those extra cushion feet.
um,
Because it already has rubber on the bottom.
I think they're replacements. Because I'm looking here. We're done. That was our setup.
we're done.
We have to undo the screws, of course, but is that the feature?
So
let's take a look real quick.
There is.
No.
Yes.
Oh, leveling feet. Is there 2 or 4?
There's 4.
Ah, okay.
This for extra vibration.
So vibration control. Okay. I don't think we'll need that for here. Your tables are pretty solid on this floor.
They are. You get one nose picker and it's really, really long.
Wow, much thicker too.
A Craftsman wrench.
Interesting. Of course, a scraper. The USB key will print off. I'm sure it's got our test print on there.
And these are probably what you're going to need to get the...
Our toolkit.
With 2 extra screws.
You know what worries me?
What?
This thing has so many tools. Whereas the Bamboo doesn't really have
Doesn't have
many
anything,
tools.
no.
Creality, you're trying to tell me that I need to learn how to repair this device?
I want to open these, but it's a pair of snippers.
Ah, cool. Oh, hey, I got snippers with this one.
Yep.
What was the one you got? Oh, it was the resin print.
Yes.
That's right. Okay. So other than that, when we have a little filament thing that we can load. Also, funny enough.
Actually, we'll probably leave this in the bag.
And just use one.
I'll just use the one
That's
that's back here.
So with this on pre-order, I did get 2 spools of filament, full kilogram rolls, and the other day I got glue. You want to grab the glue over there?
I don't know. It said it was the printer. So here.
I got a random glue stick in the mail.
You did.
And this stuff.
That stuff. Can you read that?
No, I can't. I don't know why. Now, I do want to point out that you don't get glue with the Bamboo. So, is this a confidence thing that Bamboo knows it's going to stick and Creality may or may not stick? Or were they just being nice?
I think that they know that it's not going to stick.
We'll find out.
Only because the videos that I've seen so far,
Sticking issues?
I can see the white all over the bed.
You know what? It's a flat build plate though. That's so I can definitely see that. All right. So with
Screws.
that, yes, we need, and it doesn't tell you the size of the Allen wrench.
No.
It just tells you it's that one in the 4.
So it's the next to the smallest.
Okay, that's got to be this one.
You know, I can tell you pictures are worth 1,000 words.
They are, but so are labels. Okay, I believe it's this one.
Second one up.
Yeah, whichever one that one is. Okay. So there's 3 screws, A, B, C. Actually, very similar order to the Bamboo, for sure. In fact, actually, it's guided at this point.
Is it?
It's guided. It wants us to turn it on.
Without the screws being in?
With the screws being in. This front panel is going to guide us the rest of the way.
Okay.
Okay, so let's go ahead and get some power on this thing.
Now, one thing I do like is that they made this shorter, okay? So they didn't have to worry about the chain height.
I did notice that.
So they made it bulge out the top to make a more, instead of flat like they did the...
With that, but see, that was also designed for an AMS to be on top of it as well. Now, I did do a modification to my P1P to put a chain on it. So that's another thing I consider an advantage, that this already has the chain already set up.
So, yours didn't come with a chain on that?
No, I had to create one.
I have a chain.
Ooh, magnetic too. Just sits right on there. Very nice. That's kind of cool. Very easy. All right.
Okay.
So let's go ahead and flip the switch there, Ken.
It makes grinding noises. I'm shutting it off.
That's a good idea.
Hey,
There
lights.
we go.
Quiet.
Very quiet. Well, it hasn't started printing yet either. Oh, actually, I do see one thing that needs to be set up with. Let's push that back in there. There we go. I don't know if it was
There's no hooks there.
supposed to be this way.
I think it's supposed to be that way because there's no hooks there.
They're on the bottom. There's a hook on the bottom. I don't know. Ooh. Not sure on this one. There we go. We'll leave it sit like that. I'm not super comfortable with the way that that's sitting. There was nothing in the instruction manual, but we'll see. So we're going to do English. Remove the 3 screws. Okay?
Just tell you which screwdriver to use.
It does not. So there's number 1. And these are clearly marked. The screws you're supposed to leave are black, and these ones are silver.
Well, that's an improvement because when I did the X1 Carbon, I took the screws out. You couldn't tell the difference. They were black in a black cabinet.
Yeah, and there's the fan already built in right there. That's kind of interesting how they've got that set up.
No one can see.
That it's on the side case mounted, directly bolted into the side there. Oh yeah, the screws are actually through the acrylic, holding that in.
I wonder how that's going to do on vibration noise.
The fan?
Yeah, on acrylic.
And then what I do like is I can remove these stickers. On the bamboo, they're like built in. And then
there's one all the way to the back.
One in the back. Okay. And that'll probably come out once we go to the next step.
Yep.
So, ABC done. Let's go next. Please keep the blue cube in the diagram so it's print volume clear of debris and press OK. Now it wants us to set up a network.
Already?
Yeah, it wants to be joined to a Wi-Fi, but we can skip that.
Yes.
So we can just go ahead and skip that for now. Time zone setups. Why does my printer
Time zone?
Why does my printer care about my time zone? Creality Cloud binding. We'll just skip that. And self-inspection. Start. Okay.
It just shut off.
Yep. So let's go ahead. Turn off.
Okay, look at. I see it. There is a free cable right there. I bet you that's where the camera goes.
Ah! Very well could. That would make sense. Is there any open screws? No open screws.
You could snap right to the top of the fan.
Yeah, it could.
Or right, and see this little right here.
That little area. Yeah, I was thinking maybe that. It might. So it tested the nozzle heating. It's good. It's now doing the hot bed.
Is there plastic on that bed?
Air off.
I would turn it off before it gets hot.
Before, well, it says before use, so we'll see.
Alright.
So now it's doing some self-checks. Yep, it did the hot bed heating, the heat break cooling fan, main board cooling fan.
Good.
And now input shaping. Whatever that is.
Input shaping?
I don't know what that is.
No, that's the vibration test. That's the same thing that has.
Okay. And here we go.
Ah, the last piece of, well...
Yep. I don't know if there's anything back there. Yeah, I mean, other than the back end of this thing, it looks and assembles very similar to the bamboo. I mean...
I think it's too similar.
It's got enough changes. I definitely think the whole back end side of this, that they didn't plan for any color change system, might have been an oversight on their part. Now again, I'm just stating a fact. That may not be the case.
You know, it's probably going to come to a point of durability with these printers nowadays. How long are they going to last? Is there parts to replace for them? How easy is it to get the parts?
Some type of locking module there. Look at that.
Yeah, I saw that.
That's interesting. Lock what? Maybe that? No, because that's got its own little...
This doesn't have a quick change nozzle on it, does it?
I couldn't tell you.
Okay.
It is definitely raising the bed very slowly. Wonder if this has a pressure-sensitive bed as well.
Well, it should keep on going up until it hits the nozzle.
If it's pressure-sensitive, yeah.
Now, how do you feel about not having to turn the screws to level beds anymore? Are you missing that? Is that something that you just look forward to?
You know, Ken, I go to bed every night wishing that I could just manually level all of my printers.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the grueling hours of agony of leveling with dozens of failed prints. I really did, you know. Wasting so much plastic.
There's the...
Uh-huh.
So there should be no paper on this either.
No leveling paper. I will say, the bed, and I don't know if it's the way it is right now or not, but the bed goes up and down a little slower than the bamboo. I remember the bamboo hits really quick, and then it does that. That took a little bit longer. But again, this is initial calibration. It's not like this is a print test or anything, so.
Here it goes, I hear it.
Yep, doing that same vibration test. Sounds like a motorcycle off in the distance.
I can't believe how close to the bamboo this is.
Honestly, I think we're going to get to a point where we're going to stop comparing it that way, because I think this is just the next gen of printing. Bamboo came out with it first, right? They shattered the market, came out of nowhere with this printer that is fully automated. And now Creality, one of the biggest contenders previously, who was a mainstream print vendor, released theirs. So where's Prusa's? You know, where are all the other vendors? Is Anycubic going to try and hit the FDM market with one of these? You know, it's...
Everybody is trying to get into this part of it. Like you mentioned Anycubic. Anycubic right now still has a bed slinger, the old style, coming off of the Creality, the first Creality model that was out of the FDMs.
Yep.
And they're still in that, their new printer that was just released is the exact same printer, just with different looks.
Correct.
Right? So this new generation of printers right here is going to make a big difference in our society of us printer people that buy these things.
This is closing the last mile. I think there's a little bit tiny more we're gonna have to do. Definitely, like I said, this doesn't have the LiDAR and some of the other stuff. So we've definitely got to close that last mile a little bit more before this is mainstream. Every home is gonna have one, but we're definitely getting there. And especially with these products being able to print nylon and things like that.
Right.
As I talked before, you know, it's if you break the spatula, you're gonna print a new spatula. You're not gonna go
be done with it, right?
to your store and buy one, right? If you need a cup, you're short a cup for a party, we go print a cup. In fact, I learned about vase print. I've never printed a vase before.
Really?
Never printed a vase before, because most of what I do is all game stuff and things like that. So for Mother's Day, I printed a vase. And so I printed a 1-layer vase, right? Thinking that would hold water.
It doesn't hold water.
That doesn't hold water, Ken.
No.
So then I printed a little bit thicker at a 2-layer vase.
No.
That also did not hold water.
No.
So then I made it just a little bit thicker and got 4 layers in, and it has now been holding the same water for a week and a half now, something like that.
Your minimum is 3 layers for holding any kind of liquid in there.
Yeah, I wasn't aware of that
in vase mode.
Was not aware of that at the time. And I couldn't print it in vase mode either.
What?
In the Bamboo software, vase mode, no matter how thick it was making it 1 layer thick.
Then how did you print it?
Not in vase mode.
Because wasn't it a full-fledged solid piece if it wasn't vase mode?
Yeah.
So how did you get it hollowed out without vase mode?
I think it was what's called a twisted heart vase, which you can get on Thingiverse. And I think it used like where it twists up the center as its change point, so you didn't actually see anywhere where there was the change line in it. Well, it's still running its test. So the Bamboo is a 12-minute test.
Yes.
12-minute long test. So, you know, this has been running for what, about 6 minutes so far?
Yeah. And I don't know if it's going to get into the shake test where it actually goes back and forth with the card.
Oh, you mean the bed up and down real quick?
No,
That's what's in right now, I think, isn't it?
no, this is, I meant where the print head goes back and forth really fast. So, you were talking about Prusa and the other printers. Prusa right now has barely released the XL, which is their Core XY.
But it's not like one of these, right? There's not all the automated sensors on it, or is there?
There is automated sensors on it, and what they did is they're going to be able to offer you up to 5 heads.
Oh, toolless heads. Okay.
So it'll come with 5, where you can buy up to 5, but that was like $5,000 for that size. But it still doesn't have the compact or anything of this nature onto it. So I think it's still just a little bit behind.
Okay.
And I believe when they saw the X1 or the Bamboo printers coming out, that they had to press or just throw the XL and say, "Here you go.
Yeah.
We'll finish it later." Okay, because none of them have come with a tool head yet. That's coming soon.
Okay. So this stepping motor is actually very interesting. This is not using a standard motor for its extruder. You see that?
Yeah.
I just not noticed that. That's a very tiny little round motor as opposed to your normal square stepper motor. And then the last one's the auto level, so it hasn't even got the leveling yet.
No, it just went to, it's like, okay, I know where the center of the bed is.
Yeah. Okay, we've finished the input shaping and we've moved on to the leveling. Let's see how it levels itself.
Okay, so it just homed, I think. Nope. There it goes. It's pretending that it's actually laying down some filament.
Turns out the lights for some auxiliary power to the rest of the ship or something? I mean, what's it doing?
I need more power, Captain. Did it reboot?
No, it's still in the auto level. Were the lights maybe no, they weren't. They turned off purposefully. I thought maybe there was like a sensor that detects when the door opens or something.
It probably says, lights come off by default. You have to turn them on.
Okay, I just want to point this out real quick. That is one of my pet peeves on the P1P. When you restart it,
yes,
your light is off, no matter what your previous setting was, and you have to manually turn it on.
That should be...
Interesting, this one starts in the back, the P1P starts in the front. Wonder if it's heating the bed up to do a level?
It should, because that's the only way you're going to get a good level.
Yep.
So I guess if the lid was on here, this chain would be more in, because it wouldn't be sitting on
It would
that.
just sit against that edge right there. It actually says right here, when printing low temperature filaments such as PLA and flexible, remove the top cover when the room temperature exceeds 30 degrees Celsius, which is I think somewhere around like 80 degrees, something like that. Maybe a little bit less than that. Interesting.
Even with, the P1P and the X1 Carbon both have what they call a cool plate.
Yes.
Right? And that print's supposed to print with no heat on the bed. But when I find sticking issues, I will add 60C to the heat.
Yeah.
Make it stick.
Now the fans are now running. That definitely quiets that down a good bit.
It does.
Yeah, that does. That's definitely a lot quieter. Because the side fan's also running right now.
With the retinal sensor being this far away from the print head, so it's going to say that it's running out here.
Yeah.
And then it's going to want more. Are you going to have to pull what's left in this out?
I don't know.
There you go.
Now it's kind of interesting here. The light is flickering.
Yes.
Oh, and it's dimming out.
Yes.
I'm not sure if it's supposed to do that.
It's the,
I can definitely hear the drivers are really loud in this. You can hear the drivers, it's really loud.
and they should be silent stepper motors. Or silent.
So the motors themselves, yeah, but the lights, definitely, there's definitely a power draw issue here.
You might have to contact Creality.
And it's changing its, ooh, careful. It does move quick. It's changing its intensity of light too. But we'll see. Well, we'll see if it's just a power draw thing, or maybe it's just some part of the glitch in the initial firmware. And this was just released. You know, it hasn't had a whole bunch of firmware updates. Like
that's true, and that's probably why it wanted to be attached to the network first, because it wanted to
checking for the firmware updates. Yeah, you're probably right about this. This thing probably has a big firmware update.
I've never seen that before.
What?
Lights
flickering?
No, the flickering, okay, but lights dimming for a while.
Now I will say this level here, I believe the P1P, even with a 254 plate on it, and this is a 220 plate, the P1P is only, I think, 12 touch points. And so far this thing's had like 16 touch points.
Are they making sure their bed has no warping in it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Which, if this is like an initial level, I think this is fine, right?
Right.
If it's going to do this every time, like the bamboo does, that's extremely tight. And look, it just went out of, the lights went back to normal now. And it says self-test completed. So, let's go ahead.
Maybe the flashing was per purpose?
I don't know. And, okay, already interface, really nice interface on this.
Okay, let me get a...
So, really nice interface on this here. Looks like with the light right up front here. That's nice. Turn that on and off. Turn the fan off, all the fan controls. Model fan. Yep. Fan control. Side fan. That spools up. Oh, that's a lot of air.
Yeah.
That's a good amount of air coming across that. And then the back fan for ventilation. So that's nice.
Hopefully when you choose a filament, it's going to automatically decide that I need to shut off the fans.
So we've got a whole bunch of things. We got a FlexiCat, some type of test here, a first layer test.
That prints the entire bed.
Which is going to print the bed. And then our Benchy, which we'll run. It says 17 minutes. 17 minutes?
That's faster than the P1P.
Is it the P1P 19 minutes?
Yes.
Huh. I don't know about that. We'll see. Some screen controls here. There's our self-test. There's a network we'll join it to here.
Well, let's load some filament up on this thing and see what it does.
Oh, and then a little help guide. Frequently asked questions. Oh, look at that. Okay, cool. Upload your logs. So let's go ahead here. Let's get some filament in here. Dealer's choice.
So much to choose from.
A nice purple Benchy.
Nice purple Benchy.
Alright. Now I wonder. Now there's no load and unload on this that I see.
So I'm sticking it through.
Extrude, retract, cooling.
Okay, it's in through.
Okay. Now one thing I do see here a little bit, their interface is a little tiny bit messed up. It says axis, movement, temp, and it's all one word. And it kind of drops below the interface.
So I wonder, what does the instructions say for loading filament? Does it have anything?
I didn't get that far. We changed languages. But there is no...
There's no load?
There's no loading filament here.
So I wonder if I unlock this, if it lets me push the filament into the extruder.
That might be. Go ahead and unlock. No? Nothing? That could just be for maybe this top piece here. Nope. I don't know. We'll figure out what that one's for. Not sure.
So there's... go to the movement side.
I'm here.
And go to extruder.
The extruder.
And then
test temperature range.
Tell it to do 215C.
So 215. Okay.
Do you see something very, very, that's exactly the same page as Bamboo?
Is it? Also, I'll tell you this. There's definitely a power draw issue on this unit. As soon as I hit that temperature to go rise, this light dimmed right away. That's a power draw issue. I hope a firmware updates that. If not, Creality, I want that fixed. Not happy with that at all. If your board can't support lights, we're going to have a problem.
They can't support lights and heating the... Because you don't even have the bed heating right now.
No, just the thing there. But again, we didn't run the firmware updates. I'm not going to judge anything on
How
that.
How fast is the heating?
We're already at 202.
Okay.
So 207, and see how the lights are starting to come back now that it's almost at its temp.
And shaking though, they're flickering.
Yeah. Okay, we have reached temperature.
Now go ahead and run the filament.
Let me go ahead back.
Extrude 10,
Not
20,
sure.
30, 50.
That's XY. I don't see anywhere to actually. Oh, extrude. There we go. Nozzle temp. Extrude. Okay, it's taking up to 240 first. It wants it at 240 to push it out. It's doing it automatically. It didn't give me a choice.
Okay.
Interesting.
Did it ask you what filament you have?
No, just did it. Now it's supposed to be extruding. Do you see the motor?
I see the white
turn?
stuff coming up, but I don't. Yeah, it's turning.
Is it turning? Okay. No, that really was it. There's no other instructions here for that. Yeah. Nothing in the back either. Nope. So anything beyond that initial setup there.
Wow.
Well, let's see here. And extruding's done, it said.
Yeah, it's not turning anymore.
Let's try to run another extrusion.
This is the same problem I had with the other printer that I had here.
Yeah?
That I was pushing so hard that I pushed the tubing out of the hole.
Okay.
And that was the only way
hand
I
my
could
phone over there. It's going to take us to the online guide. Which is kind of nice. I mean, I bet maybe if it was already online, maybe it would have shown us something. But because we decided to not let it be online. I don't know if everyone just got their K1 today, but this website is taking its good old time. I'm wondering if everyone got it today.
Probably in certain areas, since I'm not used to this anymore, because my AMS doesn't ever give me any problems. I'll take it on an angle. I don't have to do that on the AMS because it has a cutter on it that cuts it flat across. Okay, hit the filament button again, Paul.
Yep, let's see here. So, extrude and retract. Okay, that lock
Yes.
does have to do with it.
Okay.
Yeah, it does have to be in an unlocked state when you push it in.
Okay.
So go ahead and push it in.
It's in.
It's in. And extrude.
I can see it when it starts turning right here.
Mm.
It's not turning yet.
It's not turning. Oh, it's heating up still. I can feel it trying.
No, I just jumped into something.
Yeah, I just lifted this a little bit.
It's pulling it now.
Is it?
That's what you had to do.
So this too was. This is a little loose. Not like.
I think it was the
Super
angle was on.
happy with that. And yeah, we're flushing out the stuff inside now. So I'm gonna go ahead and extrude one more time.
You might want to push the plate down. Yeah.
Let me send 10 millimeters.
You gotta keep on going until purple comes out.
Yeah.
There we go.
There we go. Okay, so that lock, definitively, you have to unlock it, push it in, lock it, maybe?
No, because when you move this up,
Uh-huh.
I felt it go clunk.
A click.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a little, I don't know, I'll look at that. Maybe it's the tubing, you know. If I can change it out to, what you call the,
Here, come around here because you're right in front of the camera.
what, I cannot remember the name brand of that too.
It's still coming out. How much?
Capricorn. Huh? Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's just making sure it's got it done.
There you go.
Okay.
There we go.
Take that away. Okay. Cool. That was shiny.
Now you can hit the bench button.
Alright. Alright, we are loaded, ready to go. That was a little bit of a fiasco. So there's definitely something up here I gotta figure out.
That is exactly the same problem I had with that other printer.
Which one?
The
Anycubic?
nope.
The anchor?
Yes.
Okay. So again, I'm not comfortable the way they have this angle.
Look at this, how
this
to
whole
get it
top.
right, it's bending this out.
I am not comfortable with this. I want to make this very clear. This doesn't make me happy, the way that they have this whole setup up here. Bamboo did that much better. So we'll see if we keep having that issue or not.
And your flashing lights. That really scares me for fire.
So we'll see here. Okay, this benchy is designed to be printed with PLA.
Which it is.
You can turn on or off the calibration beforehand. So we'll leave it on. It says, and I think it's a button. 3.8 meters is what it's going to use. We'll just do a full print. We'll see what it does for the calibration.
Turns off the lights.
Yeah, I think that's the power turning off the lights. Now I don't know what this is for, because this didn't come with everything loaded on it.
So it has memory built into it.
There's memory built in, because I can upload directly to it, because it actually has local browse,
Hold the
and
little
then it has network browse. Huh? Oh. Yep.
before it goes down.
We don't have the nice, so again, I guess another thing here is, it's not doing the self-cleaning.
Nope.
To shove all the stuff out the back. There's no self-cleaning on this.
Nope.
So I think this is very much a give and take in comparison.
Well, you know, they had to look at one other thing is pricing.
Yes.
Right? You have to keep your pricing down.
Yes.
This has to compete with the P1P. We are not competing with the X1 Carbon.
No.
At all. I want to get that
P1P
straight with the viewers.
But the P1P does have self-cleaning.
Yes.
It's nice this came fully assembled. This wasn't out of the box experience. This was like my Kiwi. Yeah, we had a little thing with the filament there for a minute. But so far, this has been out of the box completely. Just kind of put a couple things on, plug it in, let it do its self-test, and let it go. Tonight when I take this home, I'm going to do the firmware updates on it, join the network, see if it fixes the lights on it, see if it does anything else. Quiets down those drivers a little bit. I can definitely hear them squealing on the main board.
They are kind of loud. I mean, I can't say nothing about noise level because the X1 Carbon is so loud. Okay?
It's true.
And the X1 Carbon used to be loud 24 hours a day if you had it on. But they fixed it with a firmware update.
Yeah.
So it shuts off the fans when it's not running.
So it's a very similar thing. It's doing that line right across the back there. I've definitely seen some similarities in the way it does its calibration, but I've seen a lot of differences in the way it does its calibration. So, you know, they definitely wrote their own firmware. You know, they
or modified.
May have taken some examples, you know, done some reverse engineering, things like that. Can't state that for a fact. We don't know what they did and didn't.
Bamboo's office is probably here, and Creality's is probably here.
Yeah. So, you know, in the end, I think the goal is to make the next generation of printers, to get the technology out there, get everyone else trying to better printers. Because I think for a while, companies, and I don't take this the wrong way, Creality, you guys just kept slamming out the same printers. You weren't advancing the technology a whole lot in the printing. That's fine. You know, for 5-6 years, that was the technology we had. Now let's see the next stage. Let's see where all this goes from here.
You know, at that time, no one had a product that would be competitive enough for anybody to make that change.
No.
That
this had to come out of nowhere.
Changed when Bamboo came out with this. And everyone went, oh my gosh, what are we going to do now?
Yes, that's what it was. The 3D printing market became somewhat stagnant. Everyone, the status quo was met, everyone was getting their printers, and people said, you know what, we've got too many problems. How can we fix these problems? And the people who know sensors better than anyone else, who create a lot of AI technology, went, we know how.
Yeah, we know how. Let's make a company.
So let's figure this out. And they did. And now everyone else is scrambling going, where's our market share in this? So yes, we needed someone to disrupt the market. We see that in IT all the time. You and I are IT people.
Yes.
We see market disruption all the time. The next greatest thing, the fastest processor, the fastest. Remember when the Samsung came out with their hard drive, their first NVMe, and it was blazing fast.
Better than all the competition.
Everyone else then began making all their NVMe drives. So you always need someone to disrupt the market.
You do, because if it becomes stagnant, that means us end users don't get nothing new.
Yep.
So I hope it's not going to take as long on this as it did.
For the initial setup?
Yeah.
Let's see. So it did the thing in the back line. If it just does the 4 corners, I think that's fine. I'll deal with that, which is what it seems to be doing. I'm wondering if it takes the 4 corners and just tests it against the current data.
That's what Bamboo does. It looks at the center in a couple places and goes, okay, nothing's changed.
Correct.
So we'll just.
Which I've experienced that. I've experienced that it does that and it'll do like 4 points and I'm good to go. And then I've experienced where it'll do that and go, oh, nope, something's wrong, and then it'll go through the whole test all over again right before.
Now this is only doing the 4 corners, so that's good.
So far.
Yeah.
But that light keeps going on and off and on and off. That's definitely a concern. Maybe it's a loose cable.
It could be.
Came undone from shipping.
You have to, well, what I would do is call Creality first.
I'm going to contact Creality, see what they have to say about this. Again, first things firmware update, and then I'll contact Creality to see what they say about this. I'm a little concerned, but not defeated yet.
Well, it heats up, and everything still runs.
Yes.
Even if the whole thing goes black every once in a while.
Now, I wonder if it's going to stick on the bed without glue. Or do we need this? I don't need it for my P1. Okay, that's a lie. I do use glue with the P1P. That's a complete lie.
Okay.
I use Magic Glue with the P1P.
everybody knows that I use
The nanopolymer. I did see that.
The nanopolymer.
That does look good.
and I use it on the stickers for the X1 carbon, and I never have an issue.
I want to try I forget what it is. It's some purple nano stuff. I know one of our coworkers uses it. It's really expensive, but it's supposed to be. Or no, that was for gluing PLA together.
That's expensive.
Yeah, that's for gluing PLA together. Not sticking it.
That's
right.
$35 for that bottle.
Oh wow, that is expensive. Imagine getting like $10. I've used it for almost a year now too.
But I don't. I tried glue once, and I don't like.
You mean like the glue stick?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of
like
it. It leaves a lot of residue on your prints. Okay. Are we ready to print? Maybe.
I tell you one thing, it screeched to a halt. Did the screen go to sleep?
It went to sleep. It is currently doing its heat up right now. It's heating up the hot end to begin printing, I think.
So it didn't do a heat up and test this bed under...
No, it did. The bed's at 60.
Okay.
Bed's at 60, and it's heating up the nozzle now. The nozzle's going to go to 210.
So if this is a cool plate, then that bed temperature should drop back down to...
Yeah. I don't know if it's a cool plate though. Ooh, that is definitely fast.
Yeah,
And it is not sticking. Not in the least. Alright, so here's what we're going to do.
Wow.
Yeah. Nope. We have already lost on this. So far,
Wow.
Bamboo has won. Alright.
Wow.
Oh wow, that bed is... Oh, nothing's going to stick to that bed.
Why?
That bed is so smooth. That bed is so smooth.
No.
No? All right.
No.
Oh, okay. We will not use...
No.
By the way, folks, I don't know where this glue stick came from. This came shipped to me with my name, and I did not order it. So I'm assuming it's Creality.
There's no offsets, right? We don't have to worry about an offset on
No.
this at all.
There's no calibration at all.
So bring the bed all the way down for me.
Oh wait, look at the plate. Please apply glue before printing. Okay, you have to use glue with this board. It isn't even an option. We just can't read. So apologies, Creality. Take 2 on this.
No, I'm not apologizing for Creality.
Why we couldn't read?
I don't have to use glue on that.
Okay, no, you don't have to. It's a different kind of plate, though. Let's be fair. It's a different.
No,
kind of plate.
it's a smooth plate.
Yeah, but it's a cool
Very
plate.
smooth.
Is it not?
Cool plate.
It's a cool plate. This is not a cool plate. This is a hot plate. Let's be fair. Is that the application, or do you just like the?
Nope.
The
This is
accent?
how I do it because to make sure I have enough for your entire plate.
So is this just like dry as an epoxy now, or?
It's going to dry just like if you put alcohol on it.
Okay. Oh, I see it. It's already doing it. Wow. All right. Cool. All right. Let's go ahead. And another thing is, okay. Nope. Actually, ooh. Okay. I actually like this alignment better.
Okay.
So with the Bamboo, you know, there's the back corners. You got the tabs in.
Yes.
And sometimes you can get the plate up over the tabs. The tabs are a little short.
Or left or right.
I've done it. I've done it.
Yes.
So does my wife. So does my kid. This one just slides straight back in. Oop, lost track of it. Slides straight back in. It kind of centers itself, and then you just drop it.
Do you know where they got that?
Where? What? Oh, that's that on there. Okay. All right. All right. So let's get this tape number 2. Let's go back to our folder here. Do our bench sheet. We're not going to do a calibration again. We're not waiting for that. We're just going to print. That stuff does dry quick.
Yes.
That dries real quick.
And you can see it on there.
And it doesn't look like it's going to leave a residue.
It doesn't.
I might have to get some of that.
And it washes off with water.
Yeah, I might have to get myself some of
Or
that.
alcohol.
Yeah.
What I do is I wash it with soap and water,
Mm-hmm.
and then overdo it with an alcohol once it's dry. There you go.
Okay. There we go. actually pretty clean looking. That first layer is clean.
What sticks?
Okay, so we're supposed to read the plate. Listen, I don't buy printers to read them.
Look,
I just want to use them.
there was nothing in here.
Didn't say a word about it. I mean, yeah, it's written in very large.
And we're
bold.
talking about the actual
quick start.
manual.
Yes. Oh.
Well, remember, it's got to do it in 17 minutes
That's true, which is 2 minutes faster.
than the X1 Carbon.
I'll admit. Now, so here's the thing. When I was looking at the statistics on this, okay?
Yeah.
This is a 21,000 millimeter per second acceleration.
Okay.
It states 93% on average of your print will be printing at 600 millimeters per second max speed.
Okay.
Whereas the bamboo printers, the X1 Carbon and the P1P, you both have to put them into their sport mode or ludicrous mode
Yes.
in order to get full speed. This apparently just does full speed.
See, I don't like that. I mean, unless you do it in the slicer, because the regular printer does like 140, right?
Yeah.
The regular bed slinger does about 140, 150. And the newer ones now do 220.
It's already pretty high up there.
Well, this is going to tell us how cooling it
We are
is.
2 minutes in, and we're already about a quarter inch high.
That's scary.
What?
All the fans went down, the light went down, and then
Maybe slow down for the burner a little bit, or it had to heat things back up again. Yeah, the bed came down to 48C, and the print temp came down to 209. Or 210.
It should go down after the first
Yeah.
couple layers. Dude. Ew.
It jumped.
Yeah, but the boat didn't move.
No?
Nope.
No, that's what I mean. It jumped.
This jumped off of
A tooth jumped.
tooth.
I don't tell you that.
Oh my gosh, it jumped bad.
Well, Ken, I am not super duper happy. Again, I will
You will
do the firmware upgrade.
Yep.
I will go through those. I can hear the nozzle slamming against the print. I can hear it.
What did you cancel it? At least we're not going to do is hurt the thing.
Yep. Well, there you have it, folks.
I mean, that hit it hard and it didn't knock it off of that glue.
I'll admit, Ken, your glue is great. Ken, the glue is great.
Well, we went over the K1 by Creality.
Yep.
We've unboxed it.
Yep.
We've went through the manual.
Indeed. The front cover and went through the setup on the screen.
Went through the setup on the screen. The only thing that we missed on this entire setup was attaching it to a Wi-Fi network. That is it.
We did not do firmware upgrades to it. We had a little hiccup at the beginning. The first print, we didn't put glue on. Should have put glue on. Yeah, that's on us.
Right.
Our test print. It did something a Core XY, a good solid printer shouldn't do.
No.
That's jumping teeth.
No.
We jumped what looks to be about 2 teeth somewhere in that, and it completely destroyed the print. The print head started crashing into the model after that. Don't know if it's firmware related.
You won't know until you do more testing
Yeah.
later, and then you can let me know. And,
Yes. But I'm going to go do the firmware testing. I'm going to see if that fixes the light. If not, I'm going to contact Creality, see what's going on with it. I would love for this to be a good printer. I absolutely would. I doubt, there's nothing that can't be corrected. But I will say my out-of-the-box experience with this wasn't great.
No.
I will definitely give you an update if it's better.
So, we actually saw I wouldn't say quite a few, but a few problems right out of the gate. I mean, this is a brand new device.
Yep.
So think of yourself, if we're not techie like we are, what would you be doing right now with all the things that we've seen here? So we'll start off with, of course, the benchy, how it came out and skipped a couple of teeth.
Yep.
That is not acceptable in any way. The second thing is that we have the tension chain here that's supposed to make everything stay in a good situation, but a couple things don't work. It's not run correctly.
It's too tense. You've got this over here. This is bent coming in. There's no attachment. Like, I don't know why this wasn't attached. I don't know if it's broken. In fact, doesn't that look broken?
It does. I saw that earlier. That looks like something should come around and actually go to here.
Yeah.
Between these two.
That actually looks as if it's broken.
Now, there was no pieces in the box, I can tell you that.
No.
There's no pieces of plastic broken anywhere in the box.
And then this, the little lock and unlock mechanism. In fact, I didn't unlock it beforehand. I'm not entirely sure what this is for yet, but we did have an issue getting the filament into this.
Exactly.
We had to wiggle the cable to get that in. That's kind of what we spent a little bit of time on.
So after Jesse picked up the cable here, it just popped right into where it's supposed to go and started feeding the filament. But you shouldn't have to make any. And please put a load and unload buttons on printers.
Well, in the front it did say extract and retract and extrude in the menu. So there is a button for it. It's just not, there's no auto retraction.
No techie, right? Word load and a word unload, and you know how many millimeters of product that you need to throw out of this thing, or
that's true. So a couple little issues with it. We'll see what happens.
That belt has hardly any teeth on it.
It's definitely a little bit thin. Yeah, but that should be tense enough against the steel gears, honestly.
I'm just saying the teeth are very shallow.
Yes, the teeth are. I mean, they are. I do believe that the X1 uses a much more deeper
cut teeth.
So definitely some issues. We'll see what happens with it. I want to try and get it fixed. This may or may not go back. I may be getting another P1P. I'm not sure. So, but I will let you know.
So tell everybody the price.
So it's $5.99, which again, comparable to the P1P.
Which is $6.99.
Which is $6.99.
Yes.
But this comes with an enclosed case.
Yes.
It's a little bit smaller footprint. We're missing the ability to change color with this. There's no self-cleaning system. Yes, and actually I believe now the P1P now ships with the fan, the light, and the camera built in. If I'm not mistaken. Okay. They have modified that and it now ships with all of that built in.
I'd have to look that up.
By default. I believe I read something about that. So double check the fact on that. I think I read something about that. And if that's the case, I'm sorry, but for the extra $100 to get a little bit of extra space in there, have all of it built in already, if I can't get this fixed, that extra $100 is absolutely worth it in every sense of the word. Wasn't a great experience. So we'll see what happens, and we'll definitely have an update to that. So
this is Ken at Ken's Tech Lab, and Jesse with the Creality X1 card.
K1. The Creality K1.
Creality K1.
We've got our minds so on bamboo now after this.
Exactly. So with the Creality K1 here, and there is another one coming out that's going to be the Max.
The K1 Max, which will have LiDAR and some other sensors and
everything
things like
built into it, and we'll see how that one is when it actually gets released.
Yep.
But all of us here at Ken's Tech Lab, like always, stay awesome.